Anthony is through. Anthony into the ball. Yeah! Oh, what a goal that is!
Here's Ross McCormack, goes for the chip, and the goalkeeper has spilled it into the net. And Watford's hopes are killed by Ross McCormack.
It's the middle. Yeah! Oh, yes, he can! Sam Byron rises through the crowd.
Welcome to Matchday Live on a massive Good Friday Easter weekend. Two big games coming up. It starts tonight at Vicarage Road. Leeds United hoping to go top of the Sky Bet Championship with a trip to Watford this evening. We want to hear from you. Send in your comments, your pictures, your score predictions in all the usual ways on social media and WhatsApp and all the ways on the screen that you can see. This game is also available in selected territories. Scan the QR code or head to leedsunited.com to get your Matchday pass and watch all the action tonight. Now, joining me in the studio is a former Leeds United striker, no stranger to scoring plenty of goals in the Championship. I feel like we've dragged you away from the away end at Vicarage Road where you would rather be, but Ross McCormack, delighted that you're here with us in the studio. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here as always.
Massive game. We've seen how the results have gone. I guess that's a good place to start, really. Leicester have lost today. Ipswich have just won, so Ipswich have leapfrogged up to the top of the table on 84. Then it's Leeds and Leicester on 82. Leicester now, unbelievably, out the top two for the first time in a long time. So this is a big opportunity for Leeds to go back to the top of the table.
Yeah, huge. We spoke about it just off air there that it can go up. It can go either way with these teams playing early, because if both of them got the win, then there would have been a lot more pressure on Leeds. But thankfully Leicester haven't. But yeah, it's remarkable to think that Leicester are not in the top two after being so far ahead like for the last few weeks. And to be honest though, you've seen it coming. Once you start losing games, especially in this at this level, the games come thick and fast. It's very hard to get back on the horse again and get some momentum. Leeds have got the momentum. We spoke about Ipswich. They've had their dip. Now they've came again. I believe they're there to stay. So it's a huge night for Leeds. Yeah,
we can see the players arriving. Joel Pires scored against Watford earlier in this season. There's Jamie and the guys coming in. We saw a few of the players coming back from international duty as well. They've had that international break. Some have been playing, some have been here training, but maybe a chance to reset a few minds and just take a little bit of a break from this important running and the games that have been coming so thick and fast. Just reset and actually go again from tonight, because now a big important 8 games.
Yeah, I think especially for the Welsh boys, after the disappointment that they had, obviously going out of the Euros in the way that they did. When the game comes so quick after it. It gives them a chance to really get back on it again and get it out of their mind. So expect them boys to be right at it tonight. But as always, I think this Leeds team are different to probably a lot of the teams in recent years that I've watched that Leeds have had. Even people going about Bielsa's team and all that. Yeah, they were great, but this team here have got a bit of absolutely everything. I think they'll have too much tonight.
And for the Welsh lads in particular, former professional footballer, you have disappointments with games, and maybe for them internationally here, how easy is it to just move on to the next? I guess the important thing is they've got something really important to come back here and be playing for. Yeah,
it's not easy. It's not easy to get such a big disappointment out your mind, but that's why I said there that this game coming so soon after, will be a good thing for them, and especially if they go and get a positive result tonight.
Yeah, we can see the players warmed up. We'll hear from Patrick Bamford ahead of the game tonight. Obviously, he's starting up front for the team. There are some injuries getting just to that point of the season as well, where it does start to take its toll, and we know that there are 3 changes tonight in the team. Dan James comes in for Willie Nonto, who's out injured. Sam Byram comes in for Junior Firpo, and Liam Cooper comes in for Ilya Gruev, which means Ethan Ampadu will go into midfield. Liam Cooper, of course, will be next to Joe Rodon at the back. It's a little bit of a change. There are some players coming in. The manager, Daniel Farke's pretty much kept things as they've been, unless he's needed to make changes, but he has had to make some changes tonight. Yeah,
but I think we've spoke about it before, the embarrassment of riches, that this squad it's incredible. You see it when players of a certain calibre of quality go out the team. There's not many other teams in the Championship that can bring in players in their position to replace them and not sort of lose the quality that's going out the team, because these guys that are coming into the team tonight are very good players as well. So I think as long as the injuries don't start racking up, I think the squad's got a lot to cover it.
We can't talk about Leeds United playing Watford without mentioning the goal you scored on the final day of the season that you might have seen in the beginning of the roll of the intro tonight. Final day of the season it was. Chip the keeper. A goal that I think we can say too hot to handle for the keeper. Such was the calibre of the chip here. Ross, you talk us through this.
I would love to agree with you on that, but I've got no idea
there you are shouting for it.
Save it.
Definite VAR call there for offside, by the way.
Yep. And to be honest, we spoke about it before. I think what was it, 92nd, 93rd minute? I just couldn't be bothered running anymore. So it was either chip the goalie or run to the corner.
When that ball's left your foot, you're probably thinking, I haven't got hold of that properly.
Yeah, I didn't think it was in at all, to be fair. I don't know if the keeper's took his eye off it or something, but what an outcome. We'll see it again just for the here you go from this angle. Here we go. Oh, crikey. But scoring goals for Leeds United, what an amazing thing to do. And in a weird kind of turnaround, that's Watford today, and that goal there, they could have got promoted that day had they beaten us. It was 1-1 at that point. In the end, that goal handed promotion to Hull, who we play on Monday, don't we? Yeah, it was a big. I didn't realise at the time that it had significance. It was just when you come in after the game and you look on social media or whatever, and you had all these messages of people who were at Hull and stuff, Aaron McLean and that, they were messaging me saying thank you and stuff. I was like, I genuinely didn't know that sent them up, but no, it was a good day. We had a few young boys as well, I think, making their debut. I think Dominic Polion played as well, so it was a good day all round.
They're talking about young lads making their debut. 17-year-old Charlie Crew, Wales under-18 player. A lot of excitement around him, is on the bench tonight. We might talk about him a little bit later because I know you've watched him a few times. So yeah, maybe an opportunity for a first bit of first-team action for Charlie. Okay, build-up continues here on Matchday Live. Remember, it is available in selected territories. Just scan the QR code and keep your predictions coming in. Let's head down to Vicarage Road and get the thoughts of your commentary team tonight. Bryn Law, who tonight is joined by former Leeds player Andy Cousins.
Is well and truly over, and Leeds United are ready to get back in action here at Vicarage Road. At the moment it's dry, a little chilly, a little windy, but the pitch looks in fantastic condition. As to the team news, well, Leeds have got a couple of issues that they've had to deal with in the aftermath of those internationals. No Gruev in the side for Leeds United tonight. Connor Roberts out injured as perhaps was anticipated. No Nonto either. Andy Cousins will be alongside me for the commentary. How do you think they've coped in terms of making up for those losses, Andy?
I think with the squad we've actually got a really deep squad this year, which has been a real advantage for us. And I think that, look, any player coming into this team now deserves to be in there. We've had a great run. We've had people who have had so many games under the belt. International break, it's killed us a little bit on that side of it. But look, Coop's hopefully back in there, I would imagine. But look, we've got to just think about ourselves. We've got to go out there and get 3 points tonight. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, you mentioned the squad. There was always going to be a point. I mean, they've had such brilliant continuity, haven't they, since the turn of the year. There was always going to be a point, perhaps this was it, when some of those players were going to be out and others were going to have to step in and step up.
and so far this season they have. So let's hope they can do it again tonight. You know, we've got 2 games in quick succession, so you know, fingers crossed they'll come out all guns blazing. We've had a good break now as well, you know, so let's it's about our own performance. You know, these players are good enough. These players can go out there and they can do as good as anybody else in the squad, because it is a squad game and we need that squad.
Dan James is in the starting 11. He had a tough night, didn't he, in midweek with Wales, the penalty and all the rest of it. Will he be able to clear his mind, ready for this evening, start again?
Absolutely. Let's get promotion. You know, that's what his main aim is now. You know, he's been fantastic all season. You know, really disappointed for him, you know, for what happened on in midweek at Wales. But look, let's come here and let's get some goals. You know, he's been scoring this year for us. He's been one of our best players out on that right hand side. I think he's done fantastic when he's been in the first team. When he's come off the bench, he's been fantastic. So let's hope he can do the same again tonight. But look, he'll have cleared his mind about that. The players, the lads would have got round him, the manager would have got round him, you know, and he knows what his task is now, and the task is now to get promotion.
There's pressure on every single game for Leeds United, and there will be, I think, between now and the end of the season. So tonight, on that basis, is not really any different, is it?
All you can do is take care of your own house. You know, keep your house in order. We'll go up. You know, so look, we've got to get 3 points tonight. If we can get them 3 points, then it puts pressure on everybody else. And all we can do is look after ourselves. As I say, you know, if we look after our own performances and we play like Leeds United can play, we will win the game. You know, that is how we are this season. We're one of the best in the league. So let's go out there and show everybody that we are. You know, it's a good 3 points tonight. We'll put a lot of pressure on a lot of people then for Monday.
So there you go. Leeds United will be looking to extend that excellent form that they've enjoyed in 2024 here at Vicarage Road this evening.
Yeah, Bryn and Andy will bring you the coverage tonight. I thought Stewart was going to get in on the act there at one point, just creeping in, that was going to go grab the microphone. And we talked about Dan James there, and the guys talked about Dan James coming back in. He was having an incredible season, only to pick up an injury, and then Willie Gnonto comes in, and his form's been fantastic, and James has had to sort of bide his time, came and scored against Millwall, and has contributed every time he's come onto the pitch as a substitute, but gets his opportunity again from the start. There won't be too many players that have had as good a season as Dan James in the Championship that have not been able to start every single game when they've been available.
Yeah, I mean, to have him coming back into the team is a bonus for Leeds United, given how well he's played this season. The only bad thing is it's at the expense of Willie getting injured. But yeah, I've watched nearly every game this season. Every game Dan James has played, he's contributed something. Maybe not a goal or an assist every game, but he helps the team in ways in which other wingers in the Championship don't do in terms of defending. His press, you know, any time if the fullback's out of position, Dan James is there to cover him. So I think it'll be a big boost to have him back in the team, and hopefully he can get back to the levels he was at pre-injury.
One thing that Daniel Farke has had to do, and we'll hear from him in just a moment, is change the defensive partnership tonight with Gruev being injured and Ampadu will go into midfield. I guess the one thing you probably don't want to do at this stage with the defensive partnership that's been hardly leaking any goals whatsoever is to tinker with that, but when injuries come you have to. But Liam Cooper comes in tonight. Yeah, well, Liam coming in, he's got a wealth of experience. He'll be talking and organising that team. The good thing is he's got Sam to the left of him as well, who's also very experienced. I don't see it hampering the team too much. I like Ampadu when he goes into midfield. I thought him and Kamara in the earlier part of the season together were fantastic together. So I don't think it'll affect the team too much. As I say, you got to remember you've got the club captain coming back into the team, so it's not a bad thing. Yeah, he'll be absolutely buzzing to get his opportunity tonight as well to affect the game. Okay, we'll hear from Patrick Bamford ahead of the match. That's coming up for you, but before we do that, let's get the thoughts of the Leeds United manager Daniel Farke with his pre-match press conference.
The good thing is we were in red hot form and we are so long together. Yes, for Friday we just have to press a button and be on it, because it's difficult. The players are away for different national teams and they play also different style of football, and then without one training session they have to play at Watford. It will be a tricky turnaround. We don't have to sugarcoat it. So the first thing is also to speak honest about it, because the players who were involved yesterday in many minutes, there are just a few are arrived this morning, a few are arriving in this minutes, and a few will arrive later in the afternoon. But for them today, just recovery and Yes, and assessment is a topic. Yeah, a few injury concerns as well. And yes, obviously we have them then together all back. The latest will be Junior Firpo. He arrives tomorrow late morning. And then more or less after lunchtime, we have one training session. But the players who were involved in many minutes yesterday evening, they just can have an individual session. Otherwise, they wouldn't be available for Friday. So we have to split the group. Means for several players not one training session together with us, and we have to play the game on Good Friday. First of all, it's also a club with ambition, and they've also played in the last 10 years, several years on Premier League level. They have still lots of potential players, also experienced players, physical players, but also quality players. And it's always once a new manager comes in, the first games. It doesn't have to do with the quality of the former manager or whatever, but it's always like a feel of fresh air, and for everyone it's a new start, and everyone can impress, and they've used also this effect in their last game was a pretty important win for them, and I think they will also be highly motivated in order to use this in their home game. And yes, obviously we also travel respectful, because the good thing is a bit that it's more like the schedule is for everyone the same right now, but obviously for them it was perhaps even a bit easier, because there's a difference if you send 6 players away in international duties or just 6 players stay. So and they don't have the additional travel. It's a home game, so I think they will be highly motivated in this home game to be there with back-to-back wins. And for that, we have to be prepared for a really difficult challenge. And under these circumstances, we have to dig in and show great unity and great togetherness. I also am quite sure that we need our away supporters to carry us, perhaps also during challenging and difficult periods during this game, because this is definitely important game in order to grind out the result and to win as many points as possible.
The thoughts there of Daniel Farke. Jorginho Rutter, we now had minor surgery in his fit within 10 days, which is incredible. He'll be playing tonight. I did want to mention one player, Pascal Struijk. Really disappointing for him to be out for the season. Of course, a blow for the team not to have him. But from a player's point of view, Ross, to be missing a run in that could be a really, hopefully exciting and successful run in as well, for him will be really disappointing.
It'll be tough to take for him, for sure, especially when the team are going for, well, they're wanting to win the league now, so you would think, obviously he would love to be involved in this sort of running, but I think me looking at it from a player's point of view and probably a manager's point of view, to have the players to be able to cope with this injury that Struijk's got is a bit of a blessing for Leeds.
Let's take a look at when we met Watford earlier in the season, because they've had a new manager in recently. This was back in September, where Leeds United comfortably really in the second half ran out 3-0 winners. Joel Pirro with a goal, Sam Barron we'll see in a minute, and Jayden Anthony, and they really turned it on at this point. Rutter at points, it was like he was playing in the playground, just having fun at lunchtime. A really impressive performance, and one of those games where we thought this could be a sign of what's to come this season. Yeah,
I remember watching it, and like you said about Jorginho, some of the things he was doing on the football pitch I probably haven't seen at this level before. He was absolutely incredible that day. Sam there as well, getting I'm sure he missed a half decent chance as well just before or after that. Sam, he could have had a double.
He'll be glad you brought that up.
No, I know, he'll probably text me after. But no, I'm the same as you. I looked at it that day and I thought, this team's got a chance, and they've proved us right.
Yeah, Sam Barron gets his chance tonight, of course. And I mean, this was just one of the moments from Jorginho. Jorginho is one of those players, isn't he? When you're a Leeds fan and you're here watching now as a former player, but you watch him play and he gets you off your seat.
Yeah, I think, see, with a lot of these kind of players as well, the number 10s who've got all the skills and they're fancy and showboating and stuff as well. But I think the thing about Jorginho as well is he works so hard for the team. He puts the right shift in, and that sort of separates him from some of the other sort of showboating number 10s that I've seen in recent years, like an Adel Tarabd or someone like that. I think he's excellent for the team.
And Jayden Anthony in that game, showing that depth that we've got in squad, coming in and scoring a goal. And in terms of goal scoring, well, Patrick Bamford's had such a big impact since his return to the team in the new year, scoring goals for fun. And we caught up with him here on LUTV to get his thoughts ahead of tonight's match.
Well, Patrick, thanks for joining us. The international break's done now and we're back into full swing of things. How are you after the break?
Yeah, good to be fair. Obviously it's strange when you've not got that many players around because everyone's off on international duty obviously, but we had a nice little break and then kind of just built up towards this weekend.
Did that break come at a good time for you and the rest of the boys after quite a difficult schedule?
I think, yeah, in the Championship obviously you know what it's like when you're playing back to back, but as players you probably prefer that, to be honest. Just having constant games because that's what you look forward to the most, and it was a tiring period but obviously it was an enjoyable one.
Quite a lot of the boys have been away representing the country and we're now going to this one on Friday. It's quite a quick turnaround. How difficult has it been to prepare for the Watford match?
It's always a quick turnaround with everything. I mean, it's not been ideal because players been away, but we've worked together for a large part of the season now. Everyone kind of knows their roles and stuff, so it's not going to be too difficult to get back into the swing of it.
And we've got a chance to extend this impressive run that we're on. Just how do you reflect on how well we've been doing and what has made us so unbeatable in 2024?
Consistency in the Championship's key. I think there's been numerous factors that obviously play a part in how well we've done since the turn of the year. But yeah, it's a team effort really, and I think everyone's playing their part. And I feel like it gives you that confidence that when you go on the pitch, you've just got that belief in the person and the player that's next to you that they're going to do their job and they're going to do it really well. So I think that's helped, and everyone has been outstanding.
And 2024 has been a great year so far for you, especially in front of goal. How do you think you've contributed?
Well, I knew, to be fair, when I started playing that obviously I'd be able to help the team, and as you said, we've been on this great run, and fortunately I've been able to be part of that for near enough every game, and I've enjoyed it. I know that I can score goals when I'm playing, and as I said, it's when you look around and you've got the players around you that are playing well and with the abilities they've got, it makes everything easier for every single one of us.
Those players, particularly the creative players playing around you and having that solid defence behind you as well, how much confidence does that bring to you and the rest of the team?
Yeah, I mean, look, the defence, obviously the record's outstanding, but I wouldn't just say it's down to the defenders, because it starts from the front, from the creative players doing their part defensively. Likewise with attacking, the goals we've scored doesn't just come from the front four, it's the start of the phase from the defenders as well. So it's not like the defence did really well for the clean sheets and the attackers did really well for the goals. It's the whole team has played a part in all of it, which I think has been crucial.
A 3-0 home win against Watford earlier in the season, but now with a managerial change recently, we're expecting to face a different Hornets side on Friday.
Yeah, I think that every game in the Championship is difficult, and I think the closer you get towards the end of the season, the harder each game gets, because there's more riding on it for both teams, and it'll be like that, not just for Watford but for every other game, and it's something we look forward to, and we like the challenge.
And then after Watford, another quick turnaround with Hull. How much does that set the tone for the run-in, and how much are you and the boys looking forward to the final stretch of the season?
Normally Easter weekend, in all the years I've been involved in the Championship, it's a crucial weekend for every team in the whole league, because they are those two games quick back to back, and it does, as you said, kind of lead on to the last few games. But I've never had it where we've come straight out an international break into an Easter weekend, so I don't know if it'll play the same, but it's important to keep the run going for us, and obviously for other teams they're looking to kind of give themselves that kick start almost to the last few games.
Ross McCormack in the studio with us, former striker. How impressed have you been with Patrick since his sort of revival in this team? He had so many injuries over a couple of seasons to come in. He said from the start, and he said to Daniel Farke, I will score goals in this team, give me the opportunity. And he has come in and done it.
Yeah, he's been consistently very good now for a number of weeks. I remember the game at home when he came back into the team. I think he scored a header, and I felt at that time that it's a bit like the buses. You know, once one comes, you're going to get a few after that. And obviously he scored some great goals as well. You look at the Peterborough volley, but yeah, there was no doubt in my mind if he comes back into the team he'll score goals, because probably any striker would with these guys that they've got behind them. So no, he's been fantastic.
It was interesting with Patrick talking about, they were saying the defensive partnership has been so strong. He said, well, that starts from the front actually. yes, it's the defenders that they're the last line of defence, but it starts from the press at the front. He really does offer that as a number 9, that he's going to put that intense pressure and start that press as high up the field as you possibly can. It's sometimes his work off the ball as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you look back to one of the manager's interviews when he kept getting asked about why is Jorginho playing number 9 and Piro's a number 10, and the manager actually said because, Jorginho starts the press off well, that's what he wants his striker to do. And Patrick's probably up there in the top 2 strikers in this league who does that. He works hard, and now he's getting rewards for it.
Okay, very quickly before we head over for your commentary tonight, because the players will be heading out in just a moment. Watford, form hasn't been great this season. Leeds gunning to get that top spot back tonight. How's this one going to go?
I don't see anything other than a Leeds United victory. I don't think there's any team in this division that can live with them if they're at it, and I think they will be at it. They've got that carrot dangling now to go top again. So yeah, I'll probably say a 2 or 3-0 win.
Thought you were going to avoid the prediction, but you didn't. You went for it.
No.
Okay, commentary on the way with Bryn Law and Andy Cousins. Before we do that, let's hear from a player who's been on international duty this week with the under-21s. Here's Archie Gray.
Well, Archie, back to action. You've been away on international duty successfully, hoping to take that into this game as well.
Yeah, definitely. We need an important result today, to keep the form going and bounce back from the international break and carry on our form. So yeah.
What sort of game are you expecting here tonight?
A tough game. It's a tough place to come to, far away, a long journey, and they play good football, and they'll make it really hard for us, especially with a new manager. So yeah, tough game.
But you've come through challenges so far this year, and you'll hope and expect that maybe you can do the same tonight, will you?
Yeah, definitely. We'll just focus on our game and try to take it minute by minute, but hopefully, yeah.
Good luck. Thank you. We're back in the race for promotion, and Leeds United have returned from the international break.